Hey guys, Scott Poley here. I'm a session guitar and pedal steel player, and I'm delighted to be here on behalf of the Pedal Club to tell you all about the Gamechanger Audio Plus pedal. I'm going to tell you all about its features, but firstly, let me tell you a bit about the Pedal Club. The Pedal Club gives you access to over 500 pedals when you join. Subscribe and they will send you a pedal. Play it, gig it, record it. Once you're satisfied, send it back with the label and packaging provided, and they'll send you another pedal. So what is a Gamechanger Audio Plus pedal? Well, basically the Plus pedal is a sustain pedal. Just like you would have on a piano to sustain the notes for a longer time, this is a sustain pedal for guitars or any other instruments with a jack connection. So I'm going to show you how it works. You play a chord, engage the pedal, and that creates a sustain note. You can then play over that note and release it. So it works very similar to how you would a piano sustain pedal, and obviously it looks very much like that. How does it work? Well, it's basically a sampler. It takes a very short portion of a note and loops it. So you can actually hear it if you press the sustain pedal a little bit earlier. So I'm going to play a note, and you can hear that da, 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 kind of sound. That's the sample being played over and over again. However, if you engage the Plus pedal a little bit later on, it creates that much nicer, smoother sound. Let me tell you a bit about the rig I'm using today. I have this baritone guitar today that I'm using, that I put together from a bunch of different parts. It has a great Mojo single coil in the bridge and another P90 in the neck, and that's going into a Fender Super 210 amplifier mic'd up with a Royer R121 microphone. So just a kind of basic clean sound to illustrate the pedal. The pedal has two dynamic modes, and I'm going to show you how to engage them. You do it all with the single sustain pedal. So I'm going to play a chord, press the pedal all the way down, and that's the louder of the two dynamic functions. If I want to make this sustain note a little bit quieter, I release my foot just a little bit, and you'll see the LED gets a little bit dimmer, and the pedal gets quieter. Pushing my foot down again, louder, quieter. Releasing the pedal to turn it off. So the pedal has two modes. I'm currently in single mode, which sustains one chord or note at a time. So that allows you to do all these great kind of droning sounds. And play over the top of it. Group mode has this extra functionality that allows you to stack different notes on top of each other. So what we're going to do is move into group mode with this little switch just down here on the side of the pedal. So group mode allows you to stack these notes like this. So there's one note, I'm going to hold that down with the pedal, play another note, and you'll hear the way it's now captured both of those notes. I'm going to add another layer. Which is a really interesting way of playing chords and holding them on with the pedal. The pedal has a couple of simple controls. I've switched back into single mode to demonstrate them. The first is a simple wet-dry blend in the top left-hand corner. So the wet-dry blend allows you to bring in more or less of the sustained signal. So all the way on. You'll hear there's no dry guitar at all. Whereas if I move that all the way down, you can hear the sustained signal is below the dry signal of the guitar. Next is this rise function. What the rise function allows you to do, it's quite simple. It's just the attack time it takes when you push your foot on this control, the amount of time it takes for the sustained signal to engage. So if I turn that all the way down, you can hear it comes in straight away. Whereas if I turn that control up, gradual rise into that signal. Next up is the tail. So the tail controls the amount of time it takes when you take your foot off the pedal for the signal to die off. Currently, the pedal is set with the tail all the way down, so I'm going to show you how that works. Engage the pedal, turn it off. So here it goes straight away. Whereas if I turn that control up, engage the pedal, now take my foot off the pedal, you'll hear it still keeps on that sustained note. You can also kill this by just pressing the pedal very quickly. There's another mode which is infinite mode, so when you turn that all the way up, which basically when you engage this sustain pedal, now I can take my foot off it and it will sustain indefinitely, allowing you to create these great textures under what you're doing, and only when you press the pedal will it kill it. Now we're going to have a look at the sustain control. The sustain control controls two different things depending on which mode of the pedal that you're in. Currently we're in single mode. And what it does in single mode is if the knob is all the way down, the sustain when the pedal is engaged will drop off naturally like a piano sustain. So you hear the tone darkens and the volume is going to slowly descend as well. However, when I turn the sustain all the way up, it's going to keep all that tone, that full range sound, with a lot more high end. Now I've moved into group mode. The sustain function in group mode allows you to stack more notes from 1 to 5 notes. So with the control at the bottom, which it is at the moment, it will only allow you to stack one note on top of each other. So whereas if I turn that control up, it will allow me to stack 5 notes. So that's how the pedal works. It's a really great pedal, this really interesting stuff. Gamechanger always do the most interesting pedals and really creative different sounds you can make with this pedal as well. If you're interested in it, go and check out thepedalclub.com and they'll tell you all about it and how you can get one and rent one and buy one from them. I'll see you next time.